Ho ho ho, this year's Christmas came early with the release of One Punch Man Season 3. The funny, fun shits and giggles show we all enjoy. And man, did they give us a lot of the last part. We most definitely got a lot of shits and giggles from the people because of how bad it is. Apparently it's the production committee getting freaky, doing a bunch of weird shit, not giving them enough resources, and JC staff is not the problem, is what I'm getting from what I'm reading. But yeah, the product still blows. It sucks crazy ass. Bandai has definitely emptied their bladders all over our faces. Really generous of them, nothing we can do about it, just gotta sit there and soak in it. We do got a couple good moments here, and by a couple I mean one. Just eating crumbs off the carpet. But hey, it's only episode 3, it might get better, the cope is still on, they're saving the budget for the better fights. They're not, it's fucked. So previously on season 2, the year was 4 AME, 4 years after Madhouse era. So Garou fought an entire football team of A-rank heroes while having a fever and also massively injured, took them all out. Then Genos pulled up on a poisoned, feverish, and severely wounded Garou, trying to secure the kill. The two fought for a bit, and then Silver Fang and his brother also pulled up. The two came in and just started beating his ass. But then Phoenix Man swoops in, saves the man from certain death, and then Elder Centipede shows up. Genos fights him with everything he got. He pulls out all the moves, but he just gets absolutely destroyed. His life is tragic, it's miserable. Before the Jogo treatment was a thing, there was the Genos treatment. He is super strong, but every single fight he gets into, every single opponent he faces is just significantly stronger than he is, and that just makes him look like an S-rank dumpster fraud. But he's goated. So then Saitama pulls up, OST starts going crazy, he one-shots it, King gets all the credit, and Season 3 Episode 1 continues just right about there. So Garou has been taken away by the Monster Association. After flying for 6 years, Phoenix Man can finally rest. And we see the higher-ups having a meeting on how to take him down. And this dude's son was abducted by a monster, so they need to find the Monster Association's hideout quick and save him immediately. Because this guy is a super rich dude who funds the Hero Association, so he's actually super important despite him looking like some dude who had escaped from the circus. Side note, really good opening by the way, some really awesome scenes. We get an amazing view of Mizuki's face, great sequence of Tatsumaki right here as well, some really good frames. If it was Fubuki, I would just explode cum immediately. There's also another hot big-tittied anime lady to come, manga enjoyers will know. Very excited for her, hopefully when she appears, she moves. Anyway, so Drive Knight went on a solo mission to find the Monster Association's hideout and is gone. They haven't been able to contact him, so they just assume he's dead. And Child Emperor is here trying to cook something up, so he calls Metal Knight since that guy found where it is. But he won't tell him because his robot found it and it instantly got one-tapped by Monster King Orochi. So he said this is unwinnable. He's keeping the location a secret to protect them. So Rich Dude said, fuck it, I'm assembling a team of my own to find my son. And these 7 people are the lucky few that were chosen for the task. So they put on these little suits and are off to fuck around. And they won't like what they're about to find out. Now there may not be a lot of movement, but take a look at Fubuki though. Fuck yeah. She also got the most motion in this entire episode, and she is still trying to recruit Saitama into her Gooner gang after 6 years. And as she walks into his apartment, she's greeted with Banks' crusty ass, his brother, Genos, and the strongest man on earth, and Saitama. So Fubuki tells them to lock in, the Hero Association is planning a massive invasion on the Monster Association, shit is going down people, lock the fuck in. Now everyone here aside from Saitama can fight for a bit after their previous battle. The old heads are dealing with a severe problem known as aging. Genos gotta repair his shit and update his driver, and King is simply an overkill for these small missions. So Fubuki goes, Yumi, we gotta cook something up to climb out the B-rank trenches. But Saitama has other plans in mind. He's gonna beat up Garou because he's out here hunting heroes, but he never came for him. Extremely disrespectful, so he's gonna punch him. And Saitama is truly the strongest to not fall to Fubuki, it takes unimaginable strength. Then we see Garou, he just woke up in the monster's hideout and he walks out to see what's going on. And the 7 people are in a bit of a predicament. To be fair, they did take out 2 monsters, that's 2 more than I expected. But this robot got their asses, and their suits are some advanced stuff that would be very beneficial for them. However, they're customized for each individual, so no one else can use them. So, they'll let them live and use their holy ass. Wow. That is one real ass. So Freak Mommy pulls up and turns them into sex slaves so she can use them for later. Then Garou walks in, and a lot of mixed opinions from the crowd here about him, but Garou tells him, "You guys are absolute bottom of the barrel dog shit, so shut the fuck up." So he wants Garou to become a member of the leadership and assist him, and he's the perfect candidate because he hates heroes so much. And for his test, he has to bring back the head of any hero, and Garou sends Bug God and Royal Ripper to keep an eye on him. Then we get to the good stuff. I'm talking 40 seconds of PNGs sliding across the screen with voice acting. So the civilians are all panicking, they're all about to join the Monster Association so they can live, but this guy says, "I'd rather chew bricks than join those guys." Really understandable. I too don't think the monsters that destroy cities and talk about wanting to hear humans scream would just casually throw them a welcome party and they all pop open a can of beer. However, the people didn't like this, so they sent people after him and will use him as a sacrifice. But then they run into Garou, and he just flicks them away. Then he sees someone going crazy, causing trouble, cause the world's about to end, nothing really matters anymore, so Garou walks up to him and goes, "Get away, I'm trying to grab some food." But dude goes in to stab him, massive mistake, so Garou snaps his tiny knife, and his soul has left his body. However, good guy Garou will relax, he could cause a massive mess and fuck some asses here, but he's too hungry right now. So he walks into the restaurant, orders, and eat he does. And look at how hard he had to yank that piece of meat, that one's definitely still breathing. And Saitama, coincidentally, is also eating at the same place, and as he's about to get up and pay for his food, he realizes he lost his wallet. And he can't call Genos, he's still busy updating his Windows, so he starts stressing. But luckily for him, Fubuki shows up to offer him a deal he can't deny. So Saitama immediately realizes now's the perfect opportunity for him to pull off a crazy skillful maneuver. So he immediately orders fries for her, and Fubuki thinks it's really working, he's really about to join her Gooner gang. But then, a customer escapes without paying the bill. A perfect scenario for Cape Baldi. So he got up and instantly runs after the guy and left Fubuki with the bill. It was all part of the plan. She had a fries, so now she's gotta pay the price. Gotta be careful of the fries trap, that's a deadly one. So the customer who escaped was Garou, and this guy ran a whole marathon just to get away from them. And do you recognize this environment? That's right, we are here, we are at the infamous scene. So Tario the kid is getting bullied again, so Garou comes in to stop them and chase the kids away. And get ready people, brace for impact, this scene contains jump scare, you have been warned. I swear if you look close enough, there's a bit of movement, something is moving there, you just gotta really focus on it, something is happening there in the grass, I can see it, it's not completely static. But Garou just looks hard as a fucking rock. Anyway, Tario's like, "Fuck yeah old man, you're the champion of justice, the heroes jumping you earlier must have been a massive misunderstanding." Then Saitama catches up to him, but is gonna let him go this time because his dine and dash came in clutch and saved his ass. However, he's a hero, so Garou goes in to fight him, but he just gets smacked away like a fly. Then Saitama asks to take a look at Tario's hero book, and he's like, "Damn, I'm not even here. Jesus Christ, what has happened to this world?" So a bit later, Garou wakes back up and he has no idea what just happened, and this is not the first time Garou has gotten hit with amnesia after getting one-shotted by a bald man. And immediately after, Insect Dude and Royal Ripper pull up and they don't like this guy. They think Garou's a fraud, they think he's a fake demon, he's not actually a monster, and he's not fit to join their side. Then Tario shits himself because Royal Ripper is known for abducting children. "Hey kid, what are you doing sitting there screaming? Get up and start running." "I can't move my legs." "Oh god, dear fuck, maybe you deserve to be bullied." Then the two monsters start moving in on them. And now, everybody get ready, we're about to get 1 minute and 2 seconds of actual animation here. Make sure your eyes are open, start pre-blinking, undry those eyeballs for what's about to come, all over your face. So Royal Ripper jumps in, a lot of movement, spinning and all that nice stuff, and he didn't even try to stab Garou, he just went straight for the kid. But Garou uses his water stream rock bending shit fisting technique and oh my good god. We've been so movement deprived, I damn near fainted to see such a lively scene, my senses are being overloaded. So he grabs the blade, lifts him up and kicks him away. And Royal Ripper's low-key surprised by that. He was not prepared. He had to do 1,000 spins and snap his arms 1,000 times just to make sure he isn't dreaming. And now finally, Tario grew a proper pair of balls and decides to run away. And Garou gets into his stance, ready for the 2v1. Holy shit, it's happening, Mom. Get the camera. It's moving. There's animation in anime. Okay, so after watching this fight in the 3rd episode, I now genuinely believe there's someone in the One Punch Man staff team actively sabotaging the show. Okay, so episode 3, they changed the opening a little. They were afraid some viewers might drown in their own semen, so they decided to heavily nerf Mizuki here. She got shorts on now. My disappointment is immeasurable. This show is giving us ass, and at the same time, not giving us ass. And then they added Doas here, not complaining about that. We also get some tongue action, love that. Okay, now we get to the fight. Everyone is excited, I'm excited, we're pumped. So Garou comes in, right hand straight to Bug God's body. Amazing impact, but his hand begins to fall apart. Then Royal Ripper comes in from the left field, damn near slices his head off. Garou flips back, does a couple more flips, very nice stuff. Parries his slash, punches him back. And up until now, there's no problem. I think everything looks fine, it looks good. We already saw some scenes in the announcement video, so we knew it's going to be good. So the two start clashing, Garou parrying Ripper's attacks, getting on all fours, a technique he learned from Watchdog Man. So he's parrying all the blows and shit starts getting so intense, Royal Ripper grew a pair of boobs. I don't know what the fuck happened. I guess somebody laced the animator's strings with Viagra so they all got real horny while animating the scene. I mean, I'm not one to shy away from a nice pair of milk shooters, but I don't think it was really necessary for Royal Ripper to grow a pair of boobies here. Anyway, that aside, so Garou pulls back, dodges the stab, and he goes in to slice him. Garou ducks it, and now Bug God joins in about to fist him from behind. Luckily, Garou saw it and he blocked it at the very last moment, got him spitting a bunch of blood. And this scene right here is where it literally feels like someone on the inside is actively sabotaging the show. Because if you watch this fight in the special announcement video, it just flows so much smoother. And there's also a really cool scene of Garou deflecting Royal Ripper's attacks, which for some reason they decided to delete it in this episode. A massive fuck up because that scene showcases Garou's whole fighting technique, deflecting. And they also removed the actual impact of Bug God's attack. In the announcement video, we actually see the hammer fist hitting, but in the episode, it kind of just changes angle and now the fist is on his head. But I do appreciate the fact that the actual episode looks a lot cleaner. There's no random blurriness like the announcement video here, and they added outlines to the attacks, which I really like. But why couldn't they just do that and keep the good scenes and have the fight flow like the announcement video? I'm just genuinely confused. This might just be the director seeking revenge for all the shit people are giving him, because now in the episode it just looks like Royal Ripper's attacks just disappeared in the next cut. But yeah, so after he slams him, Bug God lands a clean body shot, sends Garou flying to the power lines, he starts getting electrocuted, and man just tanks it all. Keep in mind, he still hasn't fully recovered after all the fights he got into in Season 2, and he's just flying back in for more. This guy's a fucking monster. Then we cut to Zombie Man's side quest, so he pulls up to Dr. Genius's place to destroy the House of Evolution because he was one of the test subjects in that place. And Zombie Man is a cool ass character, just an immortal dude raw dogging it with guns and blades, and his fight is going to be crazy. So Genius explains that the lab's gone, he's given up because he met Saitama, the man who made him realize his research was a failure, because he was able to remove his limiter. And that power surpasses every artificial evolution he has ever seen by such crazy levels. Man had to retire and start up his takoyaki business. However, such power came with a great price. In exchange for power and limitless potential, he went bald, said Dr. Genius. Then we get 1 minute and 6 seconds of PNGs sliding across the screen. It's a classic, it's a tradition at this point. And it's basically Dr. Penis explaining that Saitama is built different, he's unlike any other beings out there, he shattered his limiter, therefore he's the GOAT and he beats Goku. And the double agent also sabotaged this scene because in the preview a year ago, this scene of Saitama working out, he is clearly moving. And for some reason in the episode, it's a PNG. It's a plug and play situation, I really don't know how they fumble this. So back to Garou, he's about to go back in for round 2, he's feeling very confident he can beat these two. but the sewer goo monster ends up kidnapping Tario and uses him as a hostage. This is the dude Garou bashed its head in Season 2 after fighting Metal Bat. So Garou gets distracted, and like Transformers 2, when Optimus was looking for fuck-ass Sam who's hiding behind a tree and is not responding to his calls, he gets fucked in the back. And Bug God follows it with a clean shot to the body, and Royal Ripper just starts slicing him up non-stop, until Bug God had to come in and let him know he's about to destroy his reboot card at this rate. So Tario ends up getting kidnapped, and Garou's not looking good. He just can't catch a break. Everyone is just perma-jumping him. Man has not been in a single fair fight, I think. Well, except for Watchdog Man, which he got fucked. Then Saitama comes back home, and everyone is still at his place, and he's looking extremely down and depressed. So everyone's like, what happened? Did you find Garou? No, but I did find the question, why the fuck are you guys still here? Then he explains that no, it's because he lost his wallet, and there's about 6,000 yen in that shit. That's 40 bucks. 40 whole bucks. So Bang's like, it's not that deep. And Saitama brings up the situation where he was chasing a Dine and Dasher, so everyone's like, oh my god, did you find out who he is? Was he Garou? But no, he chased him, and because of that, he forgot his cabbage at the restaurant. So Genos goes, don't worry, I got it, sensei. But then Fubuki comes in, and she brought back the cabbage. Personally, that's a ring on her finger. She paid the bill and brought back the cabbage. I'm sucking her toes. So she's not in the greatest mood. I think the B-rank salary is low-key rough. Then Genos detects something moving in on them at incredible speed, and since he still needs repairing, he can't fight, and the brothers are injured, and Fubuki, she's beautiful and all, but respectfully, she's not doing shit. And Saitama has suffered serious psychological damage, so that leaves him with only one option. So King, you go. But King just invites the dude in, and luckily it's Dr. Kuseno, the guy who fixes Genos and all those nice things. So the dude's super chill, he brought beef for Saitama, which he really appreciates. And honestly, because of how fun the characters are, their interactions are still entertaining, despite 80% of the first 3 episodes being just pictures sliding across the screen and mouth moving. So then the 2 monsters report back to Garou that Garou's dead, they killed him, and Garou tells them to lock in, because the heroes will find their location in less than a day. So it's about to go down, we're about to get some crazy fights, and we see a bunch of strong monsters who will be facing all the S-class heroes, and they believe Flashy Flash is their only threat, because everyone else would just get speed blitzed by the ninjas. Then we see these 2 practicing the ninjas, it's Galewind and Hellfire Flame. So Hellfire goes for a kick, Gale dodges it, then we see this clunky disaster. We see a back kick, and take a look at this. Gale's kick right there legitimately looks like something out of an arcade fighting game from the 90s. So then the 2 jump down, they start jerking around, and more hands are being thrown. And usually I like to yap about them in a very detailed manner, the fights. But there's nothing too impressive in this scene, just hands being thrown all over the place. Fist-to-fist action comes in, a classic, needed that. And their training ends, and Tario gets taken away by Royal Ripper. He gets thrown into a cell with the kid the heroes are trying to save, named Waganma. And like father, like son, this kid also dresses up like he works at a circus. And this kid's not scared, because he knows his dad is some super big dude in the Hero Association, so the heroes are definitely coming to save him. So when Sewer Monster tries to scare him, he's like, you guys are fucking cooked. We got Metal Bat, Metal Knight, those guys can single-handedly take out all of you. Waganma? I wouldn't say that. On my walk here, I saw Metal Knight's head in the palm of a monster. And Metal Bat's in the hospital. It's all over the news, man. You must have been locked up here for quite a long time, but it's not looking good out there. We're definitely fucking dead. Then the monster explains that they know the S-class heroes are strong, which is why they came prepared with threat-level dragon monsters to take care of every single one of them. And I hate this disgusting, freaky-looking creature with a fucking passion. Then we see Garou lying down in his puddle of blood, and his finger twitches, and that is it for episode 3. I'll be honest, the cope was at an all-time high, but after seeing the director's cut of Garou's fight, the cope is depleting very fast. Hopefully they cooked with the later fights. Anyway, read the manga just in case, and watch the Chainsaw Man movie. That shit's very fucking good, especially in IMAX. It's a must-watch, 10 out of 10, it's awesome, the soundtrack's insane. I watched it 3 times. Everything is just so chaotic and beautiful. But yeah, that's it. Goodbye. One Punch Man does not deserve this treatment. I offer up solo leveling as a sacrifice. Please take it and make One Punch Man great again.